You've often heard me speak before in regards to valuing our time. I'm going to give you another example of how we waste it. And this is in regards to dealing with people who are in our lives. We all get busy sometimes. We have our own life, our own situations, our successes, our failures, our problems, our solutions that we deal with on our own. But if we know there's certain people in our lives that are going to be in our lives for a considerable period of time, we really need to make sure that we have good communication, a good rapport with them. They ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And situations come up, yes, they do, but they're only temporary. When you know this person exists in your life and you don't even know the things that you should know, and they've been in your life for years, you need to do something about that. Because how many times have you been in situations where you knew this person, but you really didn't know them? There are strangers that know more about this person than you do. And the little bit that you do know wasn't even first-hand information. You didn't sit down with that person directly and talk to them about it. You got information from somebody who got it from somebody else. Or you got it from someone that you thought was an authority figure, aka parents, grandparents. Yes, I said it. Sometimes your mom or dad will give you a report about your brother or sister, and you think it's the gospel. And plenty of times they probably had ulterior motives for saying what they said to you. They didn't tell you the whole story. They didn't tell you the whole truth. And partially because they didn't want to burden you with whatever problems that existed, or they probably wanted everything to be hunky-dory in the conversation because at the end they wanted something out of you. You really don't know. Let's face it, people in this world are not perfect. I don't know how many times that my mother, rest her soul, would get on the phone and talk to a relative, and when they started asking about somebody else, she would start talking about them and only give them bits and pieces of information. And they would turn right around and hang up the phone and say, "Lord, forgive me for lying to them." My dad did the same thing. Before he even pick up the phone, sometimes he'd be like, "Lord, forgive me for lying to this person, but I'm getting ready to tell a lie because I don't need to be telling everything." And the person on the other line actually think that they received the whole truth. Now, I'm sure some of you classify this as little white lies. I'm not going to get into the classification of lies and whether or not you're going to go to hell for it or whether or not karma's going to bite you in the butt. That's not what this conversation is about, because I'm not the authority of either one. But the thing is, if you have a person in your life, be it brother, sister, mama, cousin, or whoever it is, and they are in your life, spouse, child, whatever, and you know they're going to be around for a while, you should do your due diligence to make time to find out what's going on with them, especially if they're grown. Because see, what's going to happen is it's going to be another statistical situation where that person's going to pass away or you're going to pass away. And then at the funeral, they're going to be going around telling people, "Oh, well, we need to go on ahead and I should have done this, I should have done that." Or even if you don't even bother to admit it, you'll sit there and want to have these big, huge stories about the great times that you had, knowing that those are few and far between. Always regrets about how you could have spent more time together. So what if that person doesn't see things the way you see it? So what? We're individual people. What makes you think just because you're related to someone that they got to think and act and feel the same way you do about everything? That's insane. It really is. It's dumb. So you're going to base your connection with them on the fact that they don't see eye to eye on everything that you say and do. Well, maybe they feel the same way about you. Have you thought about that? And if you sat down and spent some time together, maybe you will realize how much you have in common or don't have in common. But you're wasting all this time and wasting a relationship until one of you leaves this earth. You got to do a better job of trying to connect with them. Stop asking your sister about your brother. Stop asking your mama about your aunt, when your aunt is nothing but a phone call away. Stop asking your cousin about your uncle, when your uncle is just a phone call away. Call them directly. Reach out to them directly. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the type of person I am. And I had to learn to do this. If you don't take the time and come and ask me directly about how I'm doing, you don't give a damn about how I'm doing. Okay? If you haven't made any effort to try to reach out to me, and now that I'm on social media, you can reach out to me. You could DM me. But if you haven't taken the time to reach out to me directly, it's not important to you how I'm doing. I mean, what is the fear of trying to talk to somebody directly? Are you afraid that they won't receive your invitation? They probably won't. Maybe they have some negative feelings about the fact that you haven't done it thus far. But you have to let them process that. You got to show people that you care. And the worst thing that you can do is turn around and create second and third hand information and then go back to that person about what you think you know. That's creating a bigger divide. I don't know how many times in my life I've had people close to me come and tell me what somebody else said that I did or what somebody else said that I said. And they think they talk about I called out of concern. No, all you did was just push me further away from you. All you did was make me not want to deal with you. Because I look at it like this. If you're simple enough to listen to somebody that don't have anything to do with my life or my situation, I don't need you in my life because you're not an intelligent person. You're just not. Come to me directly. And if you can't come to me directly, then I can't deal with you. You're not real enough for me. I don't know how you guys feel about that. That's just my opinion. But it saves a hell of a lot of time. Show me that you're real. Talk to me. And how I choose to answer and if I choose to answer is my business and my choice. And you're just going to have to accept it and deal with it. But if you can't come to me and you know that you are in my life and I'm in your life for an indefinite period of time and you've got questions and then can't come to me with the questions, then you don't want to have a relationship with me. And that's all it is to it. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Go ahead and put that in the comments and tell me how many relationships have fell apart because of a lack of direct communication. You tell me. You got every right to feel the way you feel. But this needs to stop. It's a waste of time, people. You're wasting time that you don't have.